Okay, so it's the stock rear end. So we've got a stock spoiler. Doesn't stick out very far. It's not very big once you actually start stepping away from the car. So I'm going to try and change that. So I measured up what I think is going to be a decent size. I've got the paper template down there, which paper, cardboard. It's a few layers of paper which I glued together because I don't have any cardboard. I've tried it on the car, transferred it to the metal, and I've got the old grinder out. So I'm going to cut that shape out, and I'll be back with you once I've got it cut out. Okay, so got the steel cut out. It's fairly similar to the template I've made, so hopefully it'll be a decent fit, and I'll update you guys in a second. There you go. So you can see the intentions. It's very much like a J's Racing spoiler, Osaka, whatever you want to call them, which was my original intention, but I don't fancy spending 200 quid on a spoiler when I've had to buy the sheet anyway. So the fit's pretty good. I mean, that's why you make templates. You can see this one's going to line up on this tab. This one will line up on that tab. I'm going to have to rig up a bender. I basically intend to just bend down this line to bring this side down. And I mean, you can see the fitment, what it's going to be like already. Let me just, so that's in place there, spin that around, and that's going to fit right in against there. Again, I'm going to rig up some sort of brackets. I'm sure it'll be interesting to sort of try and solve. Okay, so I moved across just where I've got a little bit more control. You can see there, so I've got it off with the angle. Bit of pressure on the end. It's 1mm thick steel, so it's a bit of a, you've got to push it relatively hard, but you can manipulate this way you want. So I'm going to keep bending this, and then I'll measure it up against the car and see where we're at with it. Okay, so I've got both sides bent. I've just got that tie rod on there, which is just holding it up because obviously it's not screwed, riveted, bonded, nothing yet. General shape I'm fairly happy with. Obviously it's very much just in the style of the traditional J's Racing spoiler. Step back a bit behind the bush. You can see tried bending just a little bit to stay sort of in line with the car. Again, this side. So what I've actually done on these corners is given it a bit of a double bend. So I've got the bend at the top, sweeps down, but then it sweeps round into the car, which also just helps kick up that back end. There's some fettling to do. Fit's not bad, to be fair. Once I start sort of screwing it on, I think it'll be alright. But to be honest, I'm pretty chuffed, because this was completely not sort of intended. I was just going to buy a J's Racing wing at some point. You can normally pick them up for a couple of £100, and I needed to buy some steel to sort of start fixing just this inside arch at the back corner. So I went, and the only sheet size that they did, the smallest sheet size, was 2 meters by 1 meter. Now I've got a friend who did something very similar with aluminium, made their own wing. Had obviously an abundance of steel, considering I need effectively 2 A4 sheet sizes to do the saw repairs. That's all. So I thought, sod it, I'll cut a bit out and see how easy it is. I'm fairly chuffed. I've got a couple of brackets to make just for these bottom corners that are going to sort of tuck behind the glass and then onto the boot lid. Screw that down, but I'm chuffed to bits. So yeah, there we go. Nice, cheap, I think relatively good wing. Okay, so I didn't get much footage of me actually bolting this up, but effectively you can see we've got a rivet there into the original spoiler, so that it bolts up exactly just into the OEM spots. You can just about see under there. I know it don't look too good when you get really up close, but it's a sheet metal spoiler, what do you expect? And then what I've actually done is just on the bottom corners, just to make sure that these are secure. Let me see if the boot lid's still open. Right, so see I've got just a lone bolt. I've cut a little slit just in the rubber, and then just on the underside I've just got an L bracket that goes up past the boot lid and then just bolts into there. Spoiler just bolts down in the bottom corner. But I'm fairly chuffed. The fit's reasonably good, and hey, if it saves me £170 over the luck of buying a J's Racing one, or even an Osaka JDM, I think the new one is, I'm fairly happy. It's taken me all day to do that. I'm just about to pack the tools up, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.